Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, you're welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by again. I'm very sure my channel OGs will be like, finally Sandra has made a video. Anyway, your girl is back and I'm back here with another video. So for the past 2 months, I have noticed in the comment section a lot of people asking me about student accommodations here in the UK. I sense that a lot of you guys are asking these questions because you plan to come into the UK this September, probably for your master's program like I did last year. No worries, no worries. I'm here to make things easy for you. I'm here to share with you tips to finding the best accommodation option for you here in the UK, or specifically here in London. I'd like to start by saying there are different types of accommodation options here in the UK. So it's either you go with halls of residencies, that is probably if the university has a hostel inbuilt in its campus. Not a lot of universities here in London have that. The next option you have is going with like private student halls. So private student halls are pretty much, halls managed by specific companies. Or you go with, private rentals. So private rentals is probably if you rent a whole house like this and then you decide to have flatmates that would join you in sharing the house rent and the bills. And then the last option is probably homestay, probably if you have a house in the UK or you have a family in the UK like I do, and you just stay with them, which makes you settling into the UK easy. So now the first tip I would like to share with you guys is identifying your goals. I always ask people like, why do you want to come study in the UK? A lot of people have different reasons. It could be to build your network, probably to school and work at the same time. Identifying that primary goal would actually be very, very, very helpful to finding the best accommodation option for you. You do not want a situation whereby you genuinely want to network with people and then you get a student accommodation that is far off from school simply because it's cheap. You have to trade one or the other. If your goal is to come into the UK to study and work at the same time, you want a situation whereby your accommodation option is pretty much close to work and close to school. So identifying your goals is actually very, very, very important. Under goals, we can also talk about list of things you want in your accommodation or the things you do not want. So like the non-negotiable. So for example, you cannot stand a restroom that doesn't look nice. Some people want big rooms, some people want big kitchens. So it's important for you to actually list all of your goals out, list out all of the things you want in your accommodation, or list out all of the non-negotiables, the things that you do not want in your accommodation. Now the next step I would recommend for you is to start doing your research on time. A lot of you guys are coming into the UK this coming September. Now is the perfect time for you to start researching for the best accommodation option for you guys. If you watched one of my videos talking about how I relocated to the UK, you'd see that I mentioned that my relocating to the UK was pretty much impromptu, so I didn't have enough time to research. I literally was researching about my accommodation options like, let's say, July, August when I was literally meant to come into the UK September. If your university already provides student accommodations, perfect. But if they do not, you probably want to go for private student halls or rent an apartment where you have flatmates. And the earlier you do so, the better for you, because the student accommodation market here in the UK, everything happens like literally quickly. I can remember when I was searching for my student accommodation, I was literally always on my laptop searching for the perfect accommodation for myself. And I would literally save one and then the next day it's gone, because that was like literally the peak period. So right now is the perfect time. I can't even emphasize this enough. Now that you have identified your goals, now is the perfect time for you to start doing your research. Like I remember when I was doing my research to get like student accommodation for when I get into the UK, I came across a website called Amber. I was literally like searching for houses, searching for apartments. I could not even pay for it at the time because I had not even planned out my expenses and the things I needed to budget for in terms of my whole relocation to the UK. But I found amazing apartments. In terms of research, you want to look at the pricing options, you want to look at proximity to school. Literally you can go on Google Maps and search proximity to school, proximity to supermarkets. You want to research on if the bills are all inclusive, all of these things. And when you've done your research, it's necessary that you narrow down your options to probably like the top 3 apartments that you'd want. What you want to do is double check because you're paying lots and lots of money for housing here. I remember when I was trying to get my student accommodation for places that were very close to school, I was seeing student accommodations for like £1,200 a month. I'm just a student though. That is literally like 900k in Nigeria per month. So you're paying a lot of money. You're literally paying a lot of money, and you want to double check on all of these things. The things you want to double check on, the 3 options that you have, narrowed down. You want to check how long is the rental. Is the rental for a period of 6 months? Is the rental for a period of 1 year? Double check on all of these things. Does it include summer holidays? You don't want a situation whereby during the summer they ask you to leave, so double check on that. You also want to double check on how is the rent being paid. Is it paid yearly? Is it paid monthly? Most accommodation options here actually paid monthly. You also want to find out, okay, what's included in the rent. Is the rent all inclusive? Am I paying for Wi-Fi? Am I paying for water? Am I paying for lights? Is the bill all inclusive? You literally would want to double check on that. Another thing you want to double check on is if the student accommodation is furnished. So some people literally, and that's my problem with like some agents here, will literally send you pictures of some accommodation options, and you'll be like, oh my god, this this living room is perfect, kitchen is perfect, but you get there and then you realize that there's no furniture. Like, am I going to sit on the roof? If it's not furnished, it's better for you to know before time so that you can plan ahead. You want to also find out who else lives in the building. Some houses have like a lower part where people live underneath. You don't want a situation where people living underneath your apartment are probably older people that don't like noise. Students can be very, very loud. So you want to double check on who manages the property. That is if you are renting an apartment. Like I said, there are other options of companies that actually have student hostel facilities that you can make use of. One thing I really love about the UK is the fact that you can ask questions. Like, nobody is shy here. Like, if you don't know something, ask it. Like, nobody's going to look down on you because you're asking. Like, you're paying money, so you definitely need to ask a lot of questions. I remember when I was coming into the UK, before I even came into the UK, I was in Nigeria, and like I mentioned, like one website I came across was Amber. I went on websites, I literally filled in my details, looked through some apartments, and before I knew it, like one of their salesperson literally reached out to me like, oh hi, I just saw that you're on my website, like, do you need anything? I was like, yes, I need help. And then I literally, like, God bless her heart, she was so helpful. Like, she was so nice and so helpful. She even helped send me some student accommodation options, like aside of the ones I had seen. So you want a situation whereby you can always ask questions. So don't be scared to ask questions. Amber is a platform that helps students find the perfect accommodation here in the UK. They are literally in Australia, they are in Europe, they are in Germany, they are in Ireland, they are in Spain, they are in UK, and literally, you guys, they are the best. Like, I've experienced them and they are the best. If you need personal assistance and you need you really need help, definitely check them out. Now, the next tip I'll be sharing with you guys is to take your time. Like, I know that I said you should do the research early because the market is fast, but take your time. Just take a deep breath. I know it can be so overwhelming, and I'm here to encourage you. I was so overwhelmed trying to find student accommodation. Like, where am I going to stay? Is it close to the house? Is it close to my friends? All of that. But at the end of the day, I realized that I needed to take a deep breath. Like, literally just breathe in, breathe out. So take your time. The least thing you want to happen to you is you making a mistake, or you rushing into an apartment that you do not like. Because there are some sales agents that are like that, because they literally want to close a sale. They'll be like, oh, the apartment is nice, take it, it's going off the market next week, and it's probably not even going off the market next, and you probably don't even like it. So please take your time. So I'm just going to do a recap of the tips that I have shared. Identify your goal. Why are you in the UK? Do you want to work? Do you want to study? Do you want to network? Do you want to make friends? Do you want to explore the city? When you identify your goals, you then do your research. Do your research on private rental option. Do I want to rent a house? Do I want to have flatmates? If you want to have flatmates, you literally start researching and trying to find people that share the same values as yourself to live with, because you don't want to live with someone that doesn't share the same values. That would be a recipe for disaster. Ask questions. I'm just here to reassure you that everything is going to be okay, and I genuinely wanted to respond to that particular comment asking me about student accommodation. In conclusion, I just hope that everything that I have said has been super useful and has somewhat given you an idea of things that you should, look out for when searching for an accommodation here in the UK. If you're coming into the UK this September, drop a comment down below telling me about how your experience has been, and as usual, I'll respond to your comments, I'll engage. And if you're new to this channel, please definitely subscribe. I'd really love you to be part of my community. We are all about faith, personal development, growing, and being the best version of ourselves daily. And as usual, I'll see you in my next video. God bless you so much. I love you.